it's gimbal, go fast, and then what was the one where the Tic Tac video moves out of the frame?
Yeah.
My understanding is that there's significantly more video for all of those. And then my understanding is also there's just a lot of other videos, particularly from those two incidents, certainly there's so much more sensor data because we know those incidents had a lot more going on, right? Than just was filmed by those videos. So I think that now there is, I was gonna say the UAP community, there isn't really an organized one, although Jesse's doing an amazing job of organizing it. We should be really specific and say, here's what we want. I did a piece with John Greenwald. Representative Nancy Mace wrote an open letter to the intelligence and military community saying, here's a set of documents that we want to release. So I think the good news is we're like, look, the president has said he wants this. We've identified a bunch of documents, identified a bunch of videos and film. Yeah, I mean, are they going to withhold stuff? Are they going to mislead? Probably, but that's been the story for 80 years.
Well, yeah, you saw the Age of Disclosure, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I think they make a really good point in Age of Disclosure that if they did release things, the real problem is misappropriation of funds, lying to Congress, and the fact that some of these, you would assume that the way these things are being handled, if they do have crafts, if there is some sort of a back engineering program, that back engineering program is going to be held by a military contractor. So whatever the contractor is, whether it's Rocketdyne or whoever has it, right? You would imagine that the other competing groups would be very pissed off that they didn't have access to this thing and they could sue. The misappropriation of funds, lying to Congress, people could go to jail. Also, most likely fraud. There's got to be tons of fraud. If there's so much money that's being shuffled away into these black ops projects, if there's no oversight, then who knows where the money's going, right? And
sure.
So there's a problem there. If you open up the books and people go, well, why was there a $100 million check written here? Where's the $2.3 billion that's missing here? And
I have doubts now. I mean, I have to say, I didn't finish watching it, but Jesse just dropped a video with him and Eric Weinstein and Eric Davis.
Who's him? Oh yeah. Eric Davis.
Jesse, yeah. So Jesse, Eric.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I found it really made me question whether there's any there.
What does Eric Davis do?
Eric Davis, you know who he is? He's got the bushy beard, and he's in Age of Disclosure, and is part of the whole, Bigelow. That whole OSAP, ATIP. He was I don't remember his exact. He's a scientist.
Okay.
But he was sort of talking about, because I think Eric Weinstein was asking these really hard questions, like, okay, well, how many people are in this, reverse engineering program, and what is it? And I just found his answers to be very thin. So I
haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment on that. But
I know
is
there's
both skeptical and open-minded at the same time.
There is I definitely think there's a lot more than they've revealed. I think my skepticism on the reverse engineering stuff, I mean, obviously there's crash retrieval because they're just retrieving, it could be foreign or they're retrieving something. The reverse engineering, I mean, if it's advanced tech, nuclear just took so much. I mean, I'm just familiar with the history of nuclear. It just took so much effort to create nuclear energy, and you'd have it was a huge enterprise, thousands of people. If they're not, that's why I kind of go, and I mean, a whole other form of propulsion. I mean, it's just really, it would require such a big bureaucracy. That's where I'm a little skeptical that exists, because I don't know how you maintain a cover up that long, but I could be wrong. I mean, as people have pointed out, they've maintained secrecy of a lot of things for a really long time, so it's not inconceivable. But
especially when you're dealing with government contractors and military contractors, they have a long history of keeping a tight lip.